Hi, welcome to the second series of What? Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at what is termed the Lord's Prayer from Matthew chapter 6. I hope you really enjoy what we've got for you over the next 4 weeks. The Bible tells us that Jesus gave this template to his people to learn how to pray, and it says this. This is then how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. And this sounds a bit formal, doesn't it? This is commonly the introduction to the Lord's Prayer. Not so much his own prayer, but the model that he gave his disciples. Notice it says this is how, not what you should pray, but how you should pray. The first three petitions are cast in the terms of worshipping God. The rest is for our good. It uses the term Father in respect to God. And it's a common analogy that's used in the Bible. It's not necessarily a direct address. And not until Jesus actually uses the term Father do we get a really big concept of it. Jesus himself addresses God as his own Father. He says in Matthew 14, Abba Father, he said, and everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will. And he teaches his disciples to do the same with the Lord's Prayer. Such an address to God could only appear familiar and presumptuous to the opponents of Jesus, who were used to emphasizing God's transcendence rather than, or his up-there-ness, if you want to put it that way. Jesus' use of this Father was adopted early in the Christians and the church life. And though the prayer reference is plural, our Father, in other words, Jesus teaches a prayer to be prayed in fellowship with other people. That gives us some thought process to deal with. Praying together. The opening sort of bit there establishes the kind of God to whom prayer is offered. He's personal. Notice it says he is our Father. And that establishes a relationship between us. That exists between Jesus' disciples and God. That means us and God. In this sense, he is not the Father of all people indiscriminately, but his people. Our Father in heaven sort of gives us this concept that he's the sovereign person. God's name is a reflection of who he is. Therefore, God's name is, they use that term hallowed, which we would now use the word holy for, which means special. Remember, when we think of that word holy or hallowed, it means it is something different. We are referring to God's differentness from us. He is something special and something weird, if you like, but something totally different. What we have to do is to look at the Lord's Prayer and go, okay, how do I take this into my life? How do I use this? That's what our prayers need to focus on. And I think this week we need to focus on, okay, how can I respect God? How can I understand who God is? How can I treat God special this week? Bless you.